if I tell you that I became a Muslim also because of, basically, that was actually the truth for me, in wanting to understand Islam, to embrace it. Because otherwise, if he hadn't said anything, I would probably have never, had any at all. My students, who were doing exactly the opposite thing, who piqued my curiosity. So in a way, in him, what is the truth here? Let's go to the, root of the, and let's read the Holy Quran. My name is Mirko. I'm originally from Italy, from Sicily, but I currently live in Iceland, and I moved there more or less 11 years ago. And first of all, I think there have been three main of my life, from a religious perspective, or a-religious. First, I was a Christian. I was a Catholic. I was born in a Catholic family. If I tell you that I became a Muslim also because of, basically, was actually the for me, in wanting to understand Islam. Because otherwise, if he hadn't said anything, I would probably have never, at all. It's the fact that there was, this narrative from him, and at the same time, my students, who were doing exactly the opposite thing, who piqued my curiosity. So in a way, in him, what is the truth here? Let's go to the, root of the, and let's read the Holy Quran. And then I actually, at the age of, I felt inside me the idea of becoming a Franciscan. Yes. So if I say it, I don't know. At the time, of course, I thought I wanted to for this religion and also helping others, and that's why I decided to follow that path, and I became a postulant at the age of in a Franciscan friary. And I became a postulant at the age of 8 in a Franciscan. And I remained there for 1.5 years, more or less. And at a certain point, it started becoming difficult. I wasn't probably prepared for that kind of experience. And things, collapsed a bit when at a certain point, there was one of the friars who started getting ill. We thought, he was in his, and we don't know exactly. Like we thought, oh, it's just some aches that he has, because of his. But then we discovered that he actually had, and it was the terminal stage, and he had problems walking because actually the connecting to so. So I would say it was more like a matter of and at the same time, like, oh, I feel unwanted. So at this point, if I'm unwanted, then I don't want God anymore. And so I started, just being totally like in religion at all. So that's how my atheist started. So it came from a place of So basically, after I moved to okay, so we are in 2000. Okay, would you believe me if I tell you that I became a Muslim also because of that's how it, yeah, okay. So it was 2015. So it's with the big, and of course there was this huge narrative from his part and everything. And at the same time, I had started teaching. So at that point, I had two different narratives. Okay, one positive because I saw my students; they were hardworking, they were very kind, very gentle. No problem with them, absolutely. So I was like, okay. Then at this point, what is the truth here? Let's go to the root of the, and let's read the Holy Quran. That's how I started reading it. Then the idea of the reason why we are here, okay, differed from what I thought, but still, many things resonated a lot with what I thought. Like it makes sense. This idea of God that I find in the Holy Quran, it makes more sense. God is one, not three. So there are not like three consciousnesses in the same consciousness, where basically they're together, but one doesn't know what the other consciousness is thinking. Exactly. So it's just one entity. So it made definitely more sense to me. It made more sense to me, definitely, than Christianity. Islam made more sense to me. Then, in 2018, I started, thinking I should probably, I like Islam. I like it. So the step that I took next was prayer. Basically, actually the for me, in wanting to understand Islam, because otherwise, if he hadn't said anything, I would probably have never, had any interest at all. It's the fact that there was, you know, this narrative from him, and at the same time, my students, you know, who were doing exactly the opposite thing, who piqued my curiosity. So in a way, the trigger has been him.